This is a major game changer for XRP, and now all but virtually guarantees XRP hits its previous all-time high of at least $3.31 as retail investors begin to pile in. And that's putting it conservatively, as Robinhood just revealed something so bullish that it's got investors scrambling to dump their last paychecks into the market. However, retail investor FOMO pumps aren't even here yet, and most people don't even know what's coming. As you can see here, this is Google Trends for the search term Coinbase. And in typical fashion, Coinbase reaches #1 in the App Store and also reaches its highs in terms of search volume on Google. You can see it happen in December 2017. You can see it happen in April of 2021. In both situations, the bull market was in full swing and topped off. Well, right now we are sitting at not even as high as back in March. In other words, retail investors are not in yet. Now, I personally believe the news we're about to cover in this video will make XRP pump beyond its previous all-time high for some new all-time highs up to $5 or even $7 in 2025, as we are now breaking above this descending triangle or wedge. Now, why do I believe this? Well, ask yourself, what happens when virtually every major exchange in the USA not only relists XRP back on those exchanges for people to buy, but we also have the most pro-crypto Congress in history, and now a plethora of funds are vying to list the first XRP spot ETF in 2025, which is virtually inevitable. Combine all of these factors and you have the most bullish scenario XRP has ever witnessed. The price of XRP will go parabolic, as already it has more interest and utility than most cryptos in the market. And this is indicated by the amount of money in it, currently sitting at $39 billion and sitting at the 7th largest crypto by market cap. However, it has a lot of room to grow. $40 billion in a full-blown bull market is nothing. It can 10x easily. So with that said, you'll want to watch this video to the end if you're needing some conviction and still are uncertain about what to do, because you won't want to miss out on this bull run to end all bull runs. And as always, if you're feeling blessed and bullish, comment 777. And if you're going to be the wealthiest person in your family tree, smash the subscribe button. Before we dive in, a quick reminder that the opinions in this video are for informational and educational purposes only and do not constitute financial, legal, or investment advice. All investments, including cryptos, carry risks and potential losses. Always do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor. We are not licensed financial advisors, and relying on our content for financial decisions is at your own risk. By watching this video, you agree we are not responsible for any losses or damages, and we do not guarantee any specific results or outcomes. Some of the links below may be affiliate links, and we may earn a commission, which actually helps support this channel and helps us to create value-based videos like this. We also hold some positions in the cryptocurrencies that we talk about, but that's only because we do what we believe in. However, this should not be interpreted as a recommendation for you to do the same. With that said, let's get into the video. Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul if you're new here. And really quickly before we begin this video, if you haven't already, go to bullrunners.com if you're ready and prepared to become a crypto millionaire by 2025. Now that said, there is a disclaimer around that. I can't guarantee you're going to put in the work to become a millionaire, but I believe this is the best platform for you to do so, because we're going to share everything from altcoin picks that are exclusive for this community solely, that are primed to explode, educational trainings and courses, whether they are live or they are pre-recorded from industry-wide experts. This is essentially the Costco of crypto training. We're even going to show you how to do technical analysis like the professionals as we continue to onboard more and more experts. We're going to show you how to earn DeFi yields or decentralized finance and put your crypto to work, and even airdrop guides and alerts. Everything you need to become a crypto millionaire is right here on this platform. And by the way, just yesterday we were sitting at about 150 members. We're currently 22 up, and we only have room for 1,000 members before all of the bonuses run out. And I do expect this bonuses to run out, especially as the bull market ramps up. So if you haven't already, go to bullrunners.com in order to take advantage of those bonuses before we run out of them, and also just to check it out. You don't have to do anything, but at the end of the day, you might as well check it out if you really want to step up your crypto game in 2025. Now let's get into the video. Welcome back to the Bull Runners channel. My name is Paul. We've got some really exciting news to cover in this video. As you can see, just on the week alone, XRP is up from 54 cents up to a high of about 73, 74 cents, currently sitting at 71 cents across all exchanges. This would be your aggregate price. And it's hard not to point out the fact that the true catalyst to this entire bull run, or at least the breakouts to new all-time highs across the board, have been because of a Donald Trump victory. Markets are extremely bullish, and there have been rumors across Washington, D.C., across the nation, and in international markets now that there were people who didn't even vote for him, yet are getting giddy about the fact that they're even excited for what the future holds in terms of markets and their businesses. That said, in another rumored piece of news surrounding Donald Trump, apparently he's considering a 0% capital gains tax on cryptocurrency. And if that were the case, this would create the bull run to end all bull runs. All of the people that are involved in any other market would look at crypto with their mouths watering, and trillions upon trillions of dollars would flow into the crypto markets, making virtually everyone that's already in rich overnight. Now, I find it pretty funny, the photo that they've actually shared here. I've never seen the man look more orange. I'm almost positive someone saturated the crap out of this photo. And if that's not the case, I will say Donald Trump has one of the worst spray tans I've ever seen. But listen here, Donnie, if you keep pumping our bags, we're going to love you all the more. Now, that said, when you take one look at the Google Trends interest over time in terms of the search phrase Bitcoin, you can see December 2017, it peaked at an all-time high in terms of search volume. Then again, it peaked at about 50, so half of the search volume in April and February of 2021. And in March, we had a 30 rating across the board. In other words, only 30% of the search volume relative to that 2017 peak. Well, as you can see here, we were just at a 12 in October, and already in November, this thing is starting to hit a 32 ranking or rating. And it's apparently higher than the March high of this year. In other words, I do believe we're going to get a higher high in terms of search volume this year as Bitcoin starts to infiltrate capital markets and portfolios worldwide. And here is a recent interview of Mike Novogratz from Galaxy Digital talking on Bloomberg about that adoption worldwide.
We do know that Bitcoin is by far the leading cryptocurrency, and you think will remain that for a while?
I do. I think the most important thing that happened this year in Bitcoin is Larry Fink. He got orange pilled, as we say. Orange pill is when you take a non-believer and you make him a believer in Bitcoin. And Larry was a non-believer, and now he says, hey, this is going to be a global currency. People around the world all trust it. Well, BlackRock is the biggest asset
BlackRock
manager.
is now doing an ETF, or trying to do an ETF for Bitcoin.
Yes.
Is that a big change in the industry?
Yes. For Larry in particular, right, who's the CEO of this iconic company, to say, I believe in this, right? That's kind of huge, because again, like when Elizabeth Warren says, well, I don't believe in Bitcoin, I'm like, well, Elizabeth, Larry Fink does, Stan Druckenmiller does, Jeff Yost does, the richest person in your state, Abby Johnson does. Like, just because you do doesn't mean it's not real, right? Value comes from when people believe there's value. And now we have this preponderance of evidence, 180 million people around the world that, without a gun to their head, take their hard-earned savings and store it in this community of people that run this technology, called Bitcoin.
Now, if you're new to this channel, or just in general, you're asking the question, why are we talking about Bitcoin? I think I've said this in about every other video, but I need to restate it for those of you guys who don't know. Totally fine if you're new. A rising tide raises all ships. In other words, Bitcoin does need to do well first and foremost, which typically leads the market in terms of performance and money flows. And then a lot of that money begins to rotate into the rest of the market as people start to make a boatload of money with Bitcoin, and institutional flows enter the space. They take that money, and then people like me and you start making money on our Bitcoin positions, and then we feel more confident and bullish and comfortable comfortable and also FOMO into the rest of the altcoin market. So right up here, I have a chart of the altcoin market versus Bitcoin. In other words, this others chart is divided by the Bitcoin chart. When it's going down like this means Bitcoin is performing. So right here, I don't know if you guys can see it too well. I'm going to try to make sure these lines are aligned well because these lines should be directly on top of each other. That said, as you can see right here, and I'll get out of the way, whenever this thing is dropping like this means Bitcoin is performing versus the entire altcoin market. Can you see right here? This is going down. Bitcoin right here is going up. The bottom chart is obviously Bitcoin. And at this moment in time, right where they start to transition, and then you see altcoin markets explode, Bitcoin is actually continuing its uptrend. And by the way, these are in December of 2016 and then yet again December of 2020. This was post-halving and post-election. The markets really rallied. Again, you see here, right, altcoins are actually declining or losing their market dominance relative to Bitcoin, while Bitcoin continues to trend up in that time frame. Then at one point in time, you see the altcoin market explode through this range while Bitcoin continues to put in its all-time high. So really what we're waiting on, as you can see right now, as Bitcoin continues to put in a new all-time high right above those previous all-time highs at about $69,000 and is rallying, you can see yet again, we're in November. So we could through December see Bitcoin continue to rally while some altcoins rally, but the rest of the market remains relatively stagnant. This is the perfect time to position yourself in any altcoin and XRP. So yes, it's extremely important that Bitcoin continue to rally. Now on to that super exciting news we talked about, and Robinhood has officially relisted XRP alongside Solana, ADA, and Pepe. Of those four, I would say ADA is absolute garbage. That's my personal opinion, so not trying to crap on you if you own it. However, I'd far sooner hold just about everything else on that list aside from ADA. But this is tremendous news because Robinhood is one of the major players in terms of brokerages for average retail investors. And I would argue a lot of folks who maybe aren't too comfortable playing around with crypto, downloading Coinbase or Kraken or Binance, feel comfortable with Robinhood. It's the platform of choice for many people that are already comfortable with stocks. So now they're going to get access to something like XRP as well, alongside other cryptos as they rally and want to FOMO in. And we're going to cover the XRP price action and chart here shortly. But Robinhood itself faced regulatory heat from the SEC earlier this year. I believe in 2023, they delisted all the assets we just talked about except for Pepe because it wasn't available. Scrutinizing digital assets offered, the commission-free trading platform disclosed in May that it had received enforcement action threat from the regulator centered on its crypto business. However, as things stand, they've officially relisted Ripple. Now, a lot of folks just don't understand the gravity of a move like this, especially for something like XRP now that it's starting to break out into new all-time highs. As we looked at that Bitcoin chart versus the other crypto chart, and just how bullish this is really going to become as retail starts to FOMO through Robinhood. As you can see here, assets under management from 2017 to 2024 have consistently increased. Currently, they're sitting at $143,000 million. I believe that's 143 billion. Not too sure what that, this would be 4.5. So yes, this is $143 billion. And in terms of cumulative monthly active users, we're sitting at about 11.8 million, with their total cumulative users at about 24.3 million. So yes, this is going to continually increase. But as you can see here, the highest they were was in 2021, where the markets were really breaking out and rallying. Well, I do believe if this gets extremely bullish through the end of the year, this is going to look closer to 20 million, or at least by Q1 of 2025. So imagine about 20 million active users on Robinhood, 50 million users over at Coinbase, and then probably tens of millions of users across all of these other platforms buying into XRP. Now, it's not just that news that I get excited about, but apparently there are rumors that the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, confirmed a meeting with Donald Trump. And yes, this was very recent on November 12th of 2024. that kind of sent the price soaring, but a lot of people could speculate that's the case. The reality is a lot of cryptos are soaring right now. And at the end of the day, Ripple was so suppressed for so long and in such a long, boring accumulation range that I think it's now time for it to break out. So let's take a look at that XRP chart. The first thing you'll notice is consistently over the last month or two, and I mean, we were sitting in this range for quite some time with a slight breakdown and a bear trap right below that 50-cent range before the market rallied really strong with this double bottom. That said, we've officially broke out and maintained the range above 64 cents, and we pumped immediately to 74 cents. This is something that I've been talking about for quite some time before we saw a bit of sell pressure. So let me just toss a line right up here. And this is really the range that we've been eyeballing for quite some time. This has been our target, 74 cents. And what's super interesting is not only did we break down and take some profits there, but the market actually continued to buy that dip. As you can see, there's a very long, strong wick right here. And now the next wick has failed to break below this range right here. So if we see a green candle continue to touch and play with this range right up here, chances are we're going to break right above that 74-cent range, and we're going to put in a new high for a multi-year high well above the 94 to 96-cent range. And I would argue it's likely going to continue to rally through to about $1.32 and then $2. Now, when you look at a 3-day time frame, we are also playing with this range at 74 cents. So I would like to get a close right up here this, next 2 days. And realistically, from a weekly time frame, this would be our largest in 3 days, our largest weekly close since back here when we got the Ripple and SEC verdict that XRP is not a security. That's what caused this mega pump. And we've been in this range since July of 2023. So again, closing here at any point in time above about, 64 cents is going to be tremendous for XRP and is likely to take us to new all-time highs, especially when you look at this descending wedge or triangle right here. As you can see, we are officially in that new territory and range. So yes, this is a confluence of resistances. And I do believe with a very bullish crypto market, sometime over the next month, we're going to paint at least a new yearly high, but likely even a previous all-time high and a new all-time high. So I'm eyeballing that $1.65 to $2 range first. And then when it hits that range, we'll reevaluate the position. But as things stand, when you get a 6.8 year wedge like this, chances are in a bullish environment with a spot ETF, with a pro-crypto presidency and Congress, with some positive developments over at the SEC with this lawsuit and Gary Gensler out, XRP is primed to explode. And so if you enjoyed the video and you're an XRP holder, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. Make sure that you like the video. And then when you're done with that, head on over to bullrunners.com. You can find the link in the description below, and it'll take you to this page where you can get access to exclusive altcoin picks, educational courses from industry-wide experts, access to DeFi airdrops, DeFi yield farming, and all sorts of really cool opportunities from professionals inside of the crypto space. You're going to learn how to day trade. You're going to get on calls to learn about crypto taxes and all of these other things. You get on live calls with us and ask us all of the questions you've ever had. And so this is your one-stop shop to become a crypto millionaire in 2025. If you want to take this crypto journey seriously, this is the place for you. Now, the reality is there are no commitments. You can just hop on over here, watch this video, and if it ain't for you, it ain't for you. But the time is running out. Already, since I pre-recorded just the intro a few hours ago, we're at like 150 some members or like 170. We're currently sitting at 194 members, and I can assure you, over the next month, we are going to run out of spots for the bonuses. When we hit 1,000 members, we are no longer offering that bonus. So one last time, go to bullrunners.com if you're ready to take your crypto trading and investing to the next level. I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Thanks so much for watching the video, and I'll see you next time, my friend. Goodbye.